integration. In this episode, we're going to focus on how to build the forgot password or the reset password component. And when we do that, we'll need to ask the user to provide the username or email. And then from that we're going to send a link to the user to allow him to reset his password. To do that, we're going to head over to the component or the forgot password component that we have in our auth module and start building the logic behind. So to do that, we just need to get the auth. So we'll inject the auth service. Auth is equal to inject auth, and then we're going to need a form to do that. So form to get the user entry form group, and then in the constructor we're going to start building our form. This init form, and we're going to declare this method here. So just right click there and then click on declare method. Then in this method we're going to start building the form, and it will contain only one field, actually, new form group, and this form group will contain only the email, and this is a new control or form control, and that is going to be empty by default. Then we need to validate that required, and that's it. Now in our HTML content, we need to inject this form and use its form controls to control the field here. So form group, and then when on submit, I'll need to route or go to the submit method, which I need to declare. So I'll just declare this method before I proceed, and I'm going to finish my form. So this type is submit, and then I'll have to inject the username or email if you want. Form control here, it's called form control name is equal to email, so that I validate the entry. So now if I go back to the component and try to reset the password, it will warn me that the username is a valid field, or it's not entered correctly. So I'll have to use the send password reset email function from Fire or from Angular Fire to handle, let's say, the reset password. So we'll just send a link to the user to allow him to do that, like a reset password. So once on submit, so we'll just validate the form. If this form invalid, we'll just redirect or return nothing. Then reset the password by sending a reset password link. And to do that, we're just going to call send password resent email, or password reset email, and this will need the auth, and then we'll need the email. So this form.value.email to be provided. Then it will resolve on a response in case everything went well, and we catch an error in case there is an error, and we're going to show an error message to the user based on that error. And we can kind of do the same thing like we did in the sign in and sign up, and handle a different error message and show a human error message. So now when I reset, I just need to show an error message in case there is errors, or there are errors. Error message, by default it's empty, and then is submission in progress flag, so that we show a progress spinner if you want. then these two will start once I have the form valid and I have some process ongoing. And we'll stop only when we have error actually, so we say false here so that we show an error message, and then we're going to show the error message based on the error code that we got. So in case of reset, I will redirect back the user to the sign in, so we'll just use the router to redirect the user back. So I need to inject the router here. Router equal to inject router, and this router will help us navigate back to the sign in once the user is already received the email. So we can always show a message saying that the user is, let's say, the message is sent, and go back to sign in instead of redirecting. We can always show that error message or that information message. So let's have a flag here is password reset email sent, and by default is false, and then we will set that flag to show that you have to go back and reset your password using the email that we sent through the link, or the link that we sent through the email. So it's going to be true here, and based on this flag we can show a message to the user somewhere here. The reset link is sent to your email. Please use the link to reset your password. And this will show only when we have that flag activated. So we can show this as div instead. And we say class alert success p padding 2. So this will show only when we have that message, or we already send the link to reset the password. So we can say the reset password here, and then here it's going to show error message in case we have an error message. So we're going to show danger here instead, and we show that error message in case we have an error message. And then we'll get the spinner from the sign in or from the sign up. It's similar to that, so we'll just get this and put it here. So when we start, the spinner will goes on. So now everything is ready. So we're going just to say here error message. We're going to customize the error message later. So an error occurred. Please try again, and then we can customize this error message like we did for the sign in, sign up actually. So now when I try to reset my password and submit, I'll receive a message and I'll receive an email if I did already have my valid email. So I'll use my valid email from here and I'll dump it here. So reset password. So as you can see, I have to stop this spinning, but I received this message, meaning that I have received an email. So I'll open up my Gmail account in a new window there, and then come back to show you the message that I have received. So here is the message that you'd receive when you do that, and you have to click on this link and you can reset your password there. So to ask you about new password, I can put any random password. Then I will save. Now my password has been reset, so I can go back and try to sign in with that new password. So I'll just dump that email and try to sign in with the new password to see if it works. As you can see, the new password that I have provided works well, so meaning that my reset password is working as expected. So you can type a wrong username in this case, just a random username, and try to reset, you receive this error message. So meaning that it's not working, or your password or whatever. So we can customize that by dumping some customized messages from the authentication error codes, like we did here, and customize the error message that we got. So that's it for this video. I think we covered everything related to authentication, starting from the sign in, sign up components and the forgot password, as well as the authentication guard and how can we retrieve the user information from the authentication, or when we authenticate, where the user is located exactly. So we can either retrieve it from the auth. So if I go to the main component, there are two places where we can receive information about the authenticated user. So either using this resolver, which is going to inject the user into the route, or we can use the auth.currentUser to show the information. So both works well and both gives the same results, but you can decide based on your application needs. That's it for this series. Thank you so much, and I hope that you enjoyed the content. Let me know if you have any suggestion in the comment below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to receive notification when we upload new content. Thank you and have a great day.